I urge the leadership and the membership of the judiciary to act on these truths that we know, not to excuse or lower the burden of proof in trials, but to ensure that this determination is made honestly and lawfully. Also, to hold one another to account in the same way you do to Kenyans who are not in the judiciary or in the legal profession. You must cast those who perpetrate such injustices outside your halls as a menace to your profession and your integrity. Honorable Chief Justice or Justices, Magistrates, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the three arms of government have had a lot of learning to do to comply with this Constitution. It is still yet in its infancy, and mistakes and misunderstandings are difficult to avoid. The three arms have all, in one way or another, made their blunders, not least us in the executive arm. I urge the judiciary to continue to play its rightful role while strictly representing the constitutional separation of roles and powers. In particular, refrain from setting policy, as this is the role of the executive. Refrain from making law, as this is the work of the legislature. The trend of every single law and policy being held in suspense by courts for months or years is seriously undermining our economy and our ability to create jobs for our youth. Indeed, policies and laws must be in accordance with the Constitution, but there is a profoundly important line that must be in and not crossed when making our determinations. Let cases involving government policies and laws be determined on a priority basis with clearly defined timelines and perhaps even daily, weekend sittings until determination. The situation is not any better for an ordinary litigant. The bottom line is, because of such delays, Kenyans are deprived the social economic development that they desire. Indeed, it makes it harder for Kenyans to enjoy the Bill of Rights that they fought so hard to usher in. Kenyans expect more from the judiciary. Kenyans expect more from their executive. Kenyans expect more from their legislature. Kenyans want to see real, everyday results. We must be able to point to tangible progress in the reduction of the backlog of cases, improved efficiency, consistency in the application of law, and fidelity to the separation of roles and powers. And here I congratulate you, Chief Justice, for the tremendous progress that you have made, but we all still need to do more. I am confident that the judiciary has the capacity to soar to great heights and be a continental and global leader. The executive is ready and willing to give you, the judiciary, all the support you require as you embark on your journey of positive transformation. Honorable Chief Justice, I assure you again, as I have done in the past, my door will always be open should you require any assistance from my end. To meet the expectations of our people, we must respect our respective constitutional roles, while at the same time, we must speak clearly and truthfully to one another. That is the essence of the separation of powers, which is so fundamental to the protection from tyranny, and that is why the Kenyan people gave themselves our Constitution. So in that light, I also wish to speak openly with you. The freedom of the judiciary is a fundamental requirement for the effective and constitutional rule of law that all Kenyans want and desire. The executive has had important differences of opinion with the judiciary, and indeed with Parliament as well. I must say that I personally have had to accept the judgment of the Supreme Court, a judgment that I profoundly disagreed with. And we may disagree at times, but my respect for the judiciary's independence is strong. I and millions of other Kenyans have also noted with appreciation the courage with which courts and individual judicial officers uphold the Constitution and the law. We have been witness to courageous judgments that have increased our faith and confidence in the rule of law as our most desired shield and defender. And I do commend the many judges, magistrates, and administrators here who have led from the front and done their work in the right way.